What? Of course, your labor should be judged by some outside metric that is not the market. So somebody's going to have to explain, by Marxist theory, why exactly it is more valuable for a guy to sit around and stream video games than it is for somebody to clean toilets.
That's actually kind of true. I'm surprised you knew that. I hate giving this, because I like arguing with socialists and they're stupid. Okay, one thing that I would expect to see is you don't have to give your money away to charity. That's not what you're supposed to do, okay? If you're a socialist, you don't have to give your money to charity. But
there's one area of hypocrisy that is just not newsworthy to the media. Like, truly not newsworthy. And that, of course, is if you are a socialist who's extremely wealthy and gives very little charity. If you are that person, then hypocrisy just doesn't play a part. Hypocrisy is never a problem because, after all, you're calling for societal change. You yourself don't have to abide by any of those rules because some animals are more equal than other animals. But the socialist has the benefit of the bargain because you get to be as socialist as you want to, like Bernie Sanders, and then you get to have a lake house. You get to be a millionaire while proclaiming that billionaires are paying the flesh up.
Real quick, I just want to say this over and over and over and over and over again, okay? I want to say this over and over and over again, okay? Until this is drilled into all of your dumb heads, okay? I'm going to say this over and over again, okay? I will always take the opportunity to say this, okay? Being a millionaire has nothing to do with having $1 or $2 or $3 million. It has nothing to do with it, okay? Being a millionaire means having $1 or $2 or $3 million before you're like 45 years old or 50 years old or 55 years old, okay? Somebody that's saved up through retirement or some shit and they're like 75 and they've got like $1 million nest egg, that is not a millionaire, okay? Somebody that's 35 that has a net worth of over $1 million, that's a millionaire, okay? This conflating of like talking about how like somebody's like retired and in their like final 5 years of life, they have a nest egg of $1 million. Come on, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about millionaires, okay? Fuck out of here, that's so stupid.
Okay, so this issue has become relevant over the course of the past couple of days because a guy named Hasan Piker, who I believe used to be a Young Turks guy, I don't really know that much about him, he apparently is a socialist Twitch streamer. There's a big article, big glowing profile about him in New York Magazine titled Streaming with Hasan Piker, the AOC of Twitch. I'm a political commentator with like stands. Okay, well, in the past few months, Hasan Piker, it turns out, has been revealed to be a very wealthy person, which is good for him. He has a lot of folks who are following him over at Twitch. That is his prerogative, and I'm glad for him that he's been able to build a following. But a couple of times in the last month, it's been revealed that this out-and-out socialist, I mean, this is what he calls himself, that he is a very wealthy man. Quote, Hasan Piker was in a rage. 1 million tabs were pinched together like sardines at the top of his browser. His jittery cursor bounced between them, summoning network news, Chiron's YouTube rants, viral tweets, and TikTok memes. The day's trending topic? Piker, who is 30, had purchased a $2.7 million house in West Hollywood. An ordinary Twitch streamer's housing wouldn't make headlines, but over the past 5 years, Piker has become one of the most prominent socialist pundits in America. The controversy about the purchase had made it to Fox News and Breitbart, and Piker was prepared to take on the interlopers who logged on to see the fireworks. Quote, the only reason my house is expensive is because of the area I live in, he growled. Are you guys really that stupid?
I'm sorry, but like, there's so many better things he could say, but he just manages to just say the dumbest shit. Why would you say that? It's just because of the area, guys.
That's not even a response to the charge. The charge is that for a socialist, you seem to be spending large, my friend. It doesn't matter, like, you could have, there are a lot of places that are not in West Hollywood that don't cost $2.7 million. They're all over the United States. You can get yourself a tiny little shack and live yourself the Henry David Thoreau lifestyle for probably 30 grand somewhere. 2.7 million bucks, a lot of money. I don't see you handing that out to all of the immiserated workers in the Marxist social construct. Right? That's the charge. And his response is, well, of course it's expensive around here. This is West Hollywood, which of course is not a response. Piker said 3 weeks later, quote, as long as you don't defang your core values, as long as you're still speaking truth to power, then F them. Yeah, speaking truth to power is being the guy who buys the $3 million house and does interviews with New York Magazine and then jabbers about how the rich don't pay their fair share. He says, I don't give a bleep. I'm doing this in the least exploitative way you functionally effing can. Really? He says, it's my labor. I'm the one who's streaming for 10 hours. Welcome to capitalism, my dude. It's my labor? Yes, whose labor? So, in other words, you bet on yourself, you've done really well, and you believe that you deserve to keep the proceeds of that labor. But aren't you exploiting all the people who are engaged in commerce with you? After all, what service of value are you providing them? You are Twitch streaming video games. Is that a vital social service? What makes that service significantly more important, socially speaking, from a Marxist perspective, than the guy who picks up the garbage? Why doesn't he own a $2.7 million home in West Hollywood? According to New York Magazine, Piker is a Twitch streamer who spends every day in front of a camera speaking to his 1.5 million followers. But unlike most of the platform's top users, Piker mostly talks politics. He trawls through Twitter and roasts bad takes from career right-wing correspondents like Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson. He breaks down hawkish New York Times op-eds line by line, steadily working himself into a frothy fury. It's free associative and open-ended. I have an accelerated version of brainworms, he says. I'm literally always online. I'm consuming media non-stop. Tune into a Piker stream, watch him condemn the civilian death toll in Afghanistan. An hour later, he may move on to revisiting his favorite WWE feuds. Fans don't need to have studied Marx to understand where Piker is coming from. Well, they might have to read Marx to understand why Piker is violating core tenets of Marxism. He looms over his streaming rig.
What? Fuck. Well, Ben, tell us. What are those core tenets of Marxism that are being violated? I'd love to hear it, please. Technically, buying a big house, there's like, you have to get more nuance than that. Tell us, Ben.
6'4", broad-shouldered in a silver bracelet and paint-speckled cowboy bebop shirt, gnashing a cud of nicotine gum against his molars. On election night, from the same room, he hosted nearly 230,000 concurrent viewers, making him the 6th most watched election live stream across the internet. A month prior, he broadcast playing the video game Among Us with Representatives AOC and Ilhan Omar.
Among Us.
Okay, and then later in this little SOP piece, he talks about the tax the rich dress that AOC wore. And here's what he said, quote, I think the Met Gala is a disgusting, gluttonous exercise. And if given the opportunity to go, I'd do it in an effing heartbeat. I'm sorry, everyone would. Why wouldn't you want to hang out with Frank Ocean? They're not going to the effing Davos summit. Well, but yes, they are. What do you think the Met Gala is? It is a bunch of rich liberals who are getting together to feat themselves for their rich liberalism. Again, the media are not interested in calling out hypocrisy. The reason I say that is because this story was now updated, okay? So there was a Twitch data leak. Here's how it was reported from the New York Times. Twitch, the live video site popular with gamers, said on Wednesday it had endured a data breach that security researchers believe may have provided sweeping insight into the platform's computer code, security vulnerabilities, and payment to its content creators. Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, confirmed it had been breached hours after a user posted what the user claimed was an enormous trove of Twitch data onto the anonymous message board website 4chan. The user said the file contained, among other items, the history of Twitch's source code, proprietary software development kits, an unreleased competitor to Steam and online game store, and programs, and a list of the amount of money that each of the site's streamers has earned since 2019. Find out how much your favorite streamer is really making, the user posted. Jeff Bezos paid $970 million for this. We're giving it away for free. Again, we're going through this New York Times piece about Twitch. Buried way down in this article, is this little revelation. Quote, according to the list of earnings, which could not be independently verified, some notable personalities had made millions of dollars since 2019. One streamer, Hasan Piker, anticipated people getting angry about the amount of money the list said he had made. Just woke up to some fun news, he tweeted. Can't wait for people to be mad at me about my publicly available sub count again. And then he trended. He said, bro, come on. Okay, so it never says in here what exactly Hasan Piker made. Okay, now, let's just put it this way. It makes headlines every time a conservative signs a contract. Okay, if the IRS information of conservative commentators were leaked, you think that wouldn't be front page news? It would absolutely be front page news. And it wouldn't be about the leak or how the leak came about. What it would be about was the amount of money that everybody was making. How do we know this? Because the front page of every major newspaper this week was about what international figures made via IRS documents that were leaked. Hasan apparently rakes in about $3 million a year by doing his Twitch streaming, which is a lot of money. It's a lot more money than your average day-to-day Marxist lower-class worker, right? The social class of people who are doing the actual labor that is being exploited. Why isn't that the headline? The reason that isn't the headline is because socialists are never held to their own standards. They are never held to their own standards. See, here's the thing about socialism. If you actually held to your standard, then you would presumably be very concerned with giving away a lot of your money to charity or ensuring that the amount of money that you made for your socially useless service, according to Marxist theory.
Okay, real quick. Wait, what?
Of course, your labor should be judged by some outside metric that is not the market. So somebody's going to have to explain, by Marxist theory, why exactly it is more valuable for a guy to sit around and stream video games than it is for somebody to clean toilets.
That's actually kind of true. I'm surprised you knew that. Fuck, what was I just gonna say? Oh, okay, I hate giving this, because I like arguing with socialists and they're fucking stupid. Okay, one thing that I would expect to see is you don't have to give your money away to charity. That's not what you're supposed to do, okay? If you're a socialist, you don't have to give your money to charity. But there are two big things you can do, okay? One is you can at least try to fund some sort of ballot initiative or back some sort of campaign and maybe a city or maybe a state legislature if you want to, or you can do a federal election if you want to fucking, big ball it. One, okay? But number two, another thing you could do is contribute to mutual aid products or projects, okay? Now, there's dipshits on this site. Now, he's going to say he never says this, but he does believe this. So Mike from PA, Central Committee, he thinks that mutual aid is like donating money to food banks shit. That's not what mutual aid is, okay? Some socialists would argue that there are certain institutions in capitalism that suck and they're garbage and we need to do away with them. But in the meantime, you can replace those with other things. So the idea behind mutual aid is that you donate money to or you establish these types of organizations that basically serve to replace some of those institutions. So you might donate to like mutual aid for like food, but it's not just like donating money to a food bank. It's like you create a small organization of people that are in charge of like collecting food, distributing it to people that need it, stuff like that. Like that's what mutual aid is. Doing mutual aid projects would be a really cool thing if you were a socialist. I don't give a fuck about mutual aid. But if you were like a socialist, you believe in that shit, then yeah, you should, right?
I can explain it because market says that's what it's worth. Things are worth what people say they are worth. But I'm not sure how, from a Marxist perspective, you can make that case. I also am not sure how you defend a $2.7 million home or a $3 million income for doing those things and then say it's my labor. No. That's my perspective, dude. If you're going to do the it's my labor routine, welcome to capitalism, my dude. Seriously. So it is amusing to watch the media play this game. You're a hypocrite if you are a right-winger who abrogates your own principles. If you're a left-wing socialist who earns millions of dollars for talking online, then you are not a hypocrite in any way. By the way, if you're a left-wing outlet that rails against the evils of capitalism while taking millions of dollars from hedge funds and YouTube,
do you think that all socialists should do that or just those who are public figures? Here's the deal. If you get to be like, if you've got multiple millionaire socialists and they can't find a single project to support, well then fuck you. Don't ask anyone else to help you, right? Like don't do it. I'm very uncomfortable demanding others to do or act in ways that I myself couldn't act. If there's something that I can't do, I'm not gonna demand other people to act that way, right? So if I have access to a whole bunch of money and I have the capability of doing a bunch of shit and I don't want to, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you guys, make sure that you guys are doing this or that or that. Why the fuck would I do that? If I'm not gonna do it and I'm in a good position to do it, why the fuck would I expect you to, right?
You're not a hypocrite either. That's the way this works. Nobody has to hold you to account or point out that you need to, if you are Young Turks, for example, and you attempt to crush your own unionization efforts, right? If you are the outlet for unionization is the only thing that matters. And then like a couple of years ago, it turns out that people at your place are trying to unionize and you yell at them not to unionize. Nobody seems to care very much about that.
Kind of true. That was pretty yikes.
And now here's my belief about hypocrisy. You can make the case for Hasan or TYT, or who I believe Hasan used to be at TYT. You can make the case for all of these people that personal activity doesn't abrogate the principle.
True.
And you can make the case that the Marxist principles are correct and you are living in opposition to those Marxist principles because everybody is a sinner, right? This is sort of the religious perspective. There are religious principles about morals. You don't always live up to those because everybody is a sinner. That doesn't mean the morals are wrong, it means you're wrong. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say everything I'm doing is entirely justified and I'm a Marxist stalwart while simultaneously living high on the hog the way that a capitalist would. Here's my capitalist view of all this. Congratulations to Hasan on earning his business success. I hope he enjoys his $2.7 million house and his $200,000 of earned income every month. I hope he enjoys it to the fullest of his ability and lives a happy, fulfilling capitalist life. Same for all of the people over at places like TYT. But please stop pretending that you are a good Marxist if you don't live like a Marxist and justify yourself in capitalist terms. Because that ain't the way this works. At least acknowledge your sins against the great gods of socialist redistribution.
Hasan took almost an hour to react to this vid. Wait, what? How was there an hour's worth of shit? Hasan read a comment shaming him about the Georgia runoffs. Commenter wondered how Destiny with a fraction of Hasan's income did more while Hasan sat home. Uh-oh. Well, he's going to say, like, I didn't just sit home. I'm engaged in very valuable work right now while I'm educating people on my Twitch live stream, while simultaneously every single thing I do also furthers my own wealth. That's going to be my guess. Well, he's not going to say the last part, obviously. Oh, shit, the clip is gone. Wait, what was the clip? Oh, no. He worked behind the scenes. He didn't do anything behind the scenes. After shitting on Warnock for not being progressive enough, when Warnock was like, anybody looking to play Among Us? And his son was like, bro, what up, dog? Oh, dude, I'm here, man. Yo, check my jewelry out. Play games with me, man. Like, holy shit, it was so fucking cringe. Oh, God, it's so cringe watching him on Twitter. Was it Ossoff? I thought it was Warnock. I'm almost positive it was Warnock who did it.
Behind the scenes, when the Georgia elections were popping off, I worked behind the scenes with the Ossoff and Warnock campaigns.
Wait, who do you think believes him? What are you working behind the scenes on? Are you giving them fashion advice, or what is it? What are you pretending to work on? Are you some like high profile fucking Doug of AK financial consultant? Were you guiding like advertising campaigns or something? Like, but when he says work behind the scenes, he was like groveling for somebody to come onto to his fucking stream.
I did not work with them publicly because I know that someone like myself in a very heated political race could, or at least they thought at the time, would be used against them.
If you're so worried about being politically toxic to people by working with them behind the scenes, then why are you begging them on fucking Twitter for them to come on your stream? Why would you tweet off at Warnock and also have to do it? Why are you so excited to play fucking Among Us with AOC or any other politician that'll come by fucking Twitch? Like, it's such a lie. This is like actually one of the biggest fucking lies I've ever heard in my life. Holy shit. I was working, but it was behind the scenes. Oh, where is it? Yo, Ossoff, you trying to game? Why would you be tweeting this if you're worried about damaging their brand? Like, GM Higado calls Hasan's political opinions trash.
I mean, like, Hasan obviously is getting flamed like nobody else. That goes without saying. But I would say you kind of wonder, because I saw there were some articles about like Saikuno, and he was talking about like he was making a lot more money at one time, and I kind of wonder, you know, certain audiences when you have when you have a very big subscriber base and you sort of portray a certain way, and then it's like all this info comes out, it's like, holy mackerel, you're making that much money. What are you complaining about, dude? Like, I do kind of wonder a little bit.
Twitch streamers can make a lot of money, but I think it's not as reliable, and you don't make as much as people might think you make, right? And I'm not complaining. Obviously, it's nuts. Subathon was crazy, but I think people get the wrong idea. True. I mean, let me just put it in an easy example, guys. So let's say I got over 10,000 subs, right? That's a lot of subs. But, and I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this, but let's say you get 10,000 subs. That's a lot of money, right? That's like $50,000. But unless you have a special deal with Twitch, you lose half of that. And then after losing half again, you have to pay taxes. And if you live in California, which most people do, you have to pay about half in taxes again. So if you get 50K in subs, you get 12K. It's just how it is. Now, I'm not saying 12K isn't a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But I'm just saying, I think people get the wrong idea because they hear, oh, I got 10K subs. You're making so much money. But the fact is, you get half taken away and then another half taken away. And then you're getting 12K out of 50. So it's not that it's like, that's still, what, like 140 something K a year. But it's not as much as, I think people get the wrong idea for how much, you know, streamers make from what they hear. So yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So I hope people don't get the wrong idea.
If things will kind of remain the same or not. Let's go Rook D8 here and Rook D2. Do I like Hasan? I mean, I think his political views are his takes are pretty terrible, if I'm being honest. But of course Hasan is very entertaining and he's a great streamer. So yeah, of course I enjoy seeing Hasan stream.
Savage. Hasan says he donates to charity secretly. No, he's lying. That's why when it was asked, that's why when he got asked on that fucking stream when they were at shit camp, what charities do you recommend? He didn't have a single fucking answer. He literally couldn't say anything. Like, Jesus. The I donate to charity secretly shit is so weird from public figures like Hasan. He could raise so much more money if he publicly donate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why would you secretly donate when you're a public figure? You would scream that shit from the rooftops. Yo, I donate to this organization. I think they're really cool. You guys should as well. Why would you do that secretly? Destiny, Hasan tweets. Your Twitch streamer in Georgia sent us a DM about the upcoming project. Oh yeah, LeMayo. Who wants to play Uno with the 11th black senator, inshallah, in the U.S. Senate? Reverend Warnock is actually dope. Oh, dude, it's so cringe, right? It's actually so cringe. Dope. Oh, dude, I was actually just like pretend being like white racist, like no, like bro, you're so dope. But oh god, but he actually did it. My favorite thing was when he was like, if somebody has a speech, God, it's the best one ever. Can somebody give me the Hispanic janitor? It's because that's probably my favorite Hasan clip of all time. Oh yeah, and this was him shit talking Asaf as well. Because oh wait, am I watching something? Because Asaf is a moderate. Warnock was pretty moderate as well. Fair warning, Hasan talking about you. Uh-oh.
I invite Destiny. Isn't he canvassing for the left? Yeah, dude. The left is John Ossoff. Fuck my dick.
Dude. The left is John Ossoff. I found the Hasan gym clip.
I live in a district that's most likely going to either vote for Biden or vote for Elizabeth Warren, okay? A lot of rich white gays here. A lot of rich white cis gays here. They all and I go to establishments like Equinox where I like to measure, and this is completely anecdotal, but I like to measure the reaction that I get. You know who fucking stops me? No matter where I go, without a doubt. You know who fucking stops me? It's not the beautifully sculpted cis gay men, overwhelmingly white, at the Equinox gym when they see me wearing Bernie Sanders merch. It's the janitors. It's the cleaning people. Almost all of them Latino. They always stop me and they say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna vote for Bernie. We're gonna vote for Bernie." It's the fucking working class people. I live in a district that's most...
The grossly affluent is a moral obscenity, and our economic system inevitably leads to oppressive and exploitative power hierarchies. Redistribution is the only ethical option. But now that I think about it a little more clearly, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? I think I heard that in a video game once. And you know,
He literally did the meme, dude. He did the meme.
That is literally like, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? Is a BioShock Andrew Ryan reference that is supposed to be libertarian, right? But actually, it is inherently socialist.